text us. Text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. Sunday, 10 a.m., New Couples podcast drops on the John D. Rich On Demand channel. It's going to be my wife and I, Blake and I. So we're going to tape the podcast today. So when the time comes, and Peyton will post on all our social media, a place where you can ask the questions you want Blake and I to answer, and we will do that. So just go to John J. and Rich soon and ask any questions you want.
Are you nervous about this one?
Well, you know, my wife and I were going for a walk yesterday, and she said, how do we handle the podcast? And I was like, people can ask us questions. We just answer the questions. That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's what you did, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Is that what you did?
I brought up a few things, but mostly it was from listeners.
You did what?
I brought up a few things that I was curious to ask about.
I don't plan on bringing anything up.
Other than the questions that are asked.
Yeah, okay. That's it. So anyway, that'll be on Sunday at 10 a.m. It'll drop on this channel, the John J. and Rich On Demand channel. So last night, I was at the Suns game with my son, Dutch. And I like getting there because I love food. I love the food there. And as soon as I walked down, Peyton grabbed me. I didn't even Peyton was like, "Hey!" It's just one of those things, again, the little things in life,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see her.
I can't believe I'm seeing you here. We're both here.
Yeah. And then she says, "If you leave early, can I have your seats?" And I'm like, "Of course."
Smart.
So I'm out third quarter. I text her. She's already home.
I was like, whoa, you pulled a John Jay before John Jay.
I did. He texted me. I was literally pulling into my apartment. I was like, I'm going to bed.
I was like, hey, I'm going to slide out. You can have my seats.
I know that's John Jay's move, but when do you leave a game early, Peyton?
I mean, I was ready to go home. I had a long day yesterday. It's been a long couple of weeks. I wanted to go to bed. I just wasn't interested in the game.
Part of the rebranding. You get sleep now.
Yeah, I do.
That's pretty impressive.
I feel like it's starting to show, too. You know what I mean? It makes all the difference in the world. Like, sleep really is that important.
It's a pretty big deal.
It is. It's fantastic. And so I sacrificed my sleep so I could go to the Suns game with my son. And then I got up at the normal time that I get up, so I was a little tired. So I started rolling into Starbucks last week because here at the radio station, they supply us with coffee, and they have this, it's a unique coffee machine that I just learned how to work about a year ago. And they have espresso packets, and they're out of espresso. And I've been doing espresso every day in my coffee. So now they don't have it. I feel like I'm missing something. So I've been driving by, going into Starbucks every morning the last week. And yesterday I went into Starbucks because I'm getting okay sleep, but I just get a medium coffee. I forget the language. They have the language. You know,
grande.
A grande. I get a grande with 2 espresso shots. Okay? $7. All right, whatever. I pay. This morning, because I'm on no sleep, I get the largest one they have, which is called the Venti, with 3 espresso shots. Okay? Grande, 2 espresso shots.
Yeah.
$7.
Yep.
Venti, 3 espresso shots. $6.
What? Well,
And
why would you do that all the time?
I say to the guy, I go, why is this cheaper? And he goes, it shouldn't be. And I'm like, look, man, this is what I paid yesterday. This is what I paid today. He's like, that's weird. Of course, he just woke up.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm like, anyway, I just want to let you know so I'm not pulling a fast one. Like, so I pull out of here. And then Peyton says something about there's this new policy at Starbucks. And I'm like, I wonder what the policy is. Pay more, get more, pay less.
No, that's not the policy. Apparently, there's this new policy on Starbucks where the Starbucks baristas have to write a nice message or draw on your cup every time you go now.
Oh, look, here's my cup. Look at that.
Is there a little sign? Is
Nothing.
there like a smiley face?
Nothing.
Is your
really
sleeve
tired.
covering it, maybe?
They're supposed to write
nothing.
Have a
Nothing
good
at all.
day.
Not even your name.
Or like put a little heart. So like all of the baristas on TikTok are like drawing these insane drawings of things on people's cups, and it's supposed to be amazing.
I got nothing.
Like it's even rare that they don't even have your name or checked off what your order is. It's a blank cup.
Hold on, maybe it has to do because I went through the drive-through. Do they write your name when you go through the drive-through?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
But you use your app, don't you?
No.
Oh, then I don't know. They should be.
I mean,
writing.
wait, because you go, welcome to Starbucks, can I help you? Yeah, can I get a venti, whatever? Sure, no problem. They don't say, what's your name? So why would they know my name on the drive-through?
Yeah, they do in
That's a
person
good
when you
point.
walk in.
Right? So when you pay, then you get your name. But
Sometimes I
That's a
feel
good
like they
point.
ask what's the name on the order when there's a few people online. But therein, though, Peyton, it's
I've never
John
had them
Jay.
ask my name in the drive-through.
John
not in
Jay
the
customer
drive-thru.
service right there.
Oh, okay.
That's just John Jay that happens. So I bet everybody else got drugs.
And then you know how they put a little stopper in your cup so that...
The little green thing.
Yeah, they put a little stopper, that little green thing right there. They put it on your cup so that way if you're driving, it doesn't spill. And when I walk up the stairs, it doesn't spill. The guy gave me this without a stopper. And I go, hey, can I get a stopper, please? He goes, sure. So I put my cup through the window, and he puts the stopper in, and it's hard to put in. And he's pushing down on it. I'm like, I almost dropped this whole cup of coffee because the guy was a violent stopper pusher.
That could have been a lawsuit. You should have let it happen. Just kidding.
Yeah, right?
For real, though.
A lot went down today at the Starbucks.
Yeah, I guess so.
So tomorrow, if I go through, I'll be like, hey, you going to rather a smiley face? I'm like, when I go through the drive-thru, I'm going to
That's a
order.
new policy. I'm supposed to have doodles on here.
That'll be $12.
Anyway.
It's going to be twice as expensive now.
Speaking of doodles, I was at the Suns game last night, and, there's a couple of moments where they're downtime, and I'm working, I'm planning the show out and stuff, and I go to Kyle's Instagram, and she posts something so stupid, but I laughed out loud so hard because it's so Kyle. If you go to @unfug, you can see it, the skedaddle.
Oh, yeah.
It is so funny. It is literally, it's like exactly her personality, all rolled into one. Did you guys see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
She goes, my definition of
It says,
skedaddle?
this is what I mean when I say let's skedaddle. And it's just this horse doing this prance thing. I don't know. It just looked hilarious. And I was like, that is what I mean. Let's skedaddle.
That is her. That's what she just said right now is exactly what I heard when I saw the video.
That's very Kyle.
Yeah.
That's
At Unfug, you can see the video. Know what I'm talking about. What's coming up, Kyle? The 3 things we need to know.
So it could be the end of an era. Weight Watchers is preparing to file for bankruptcy in the coming months as a part of a plan to hand control of the business to its creditors. You can kind of blame Ozempic and Wegovy, all of these weight loss drugs, just with the fast skinniness are putting Weight Watchers out of business. It's time to do a well check on your relationship because it turns out more couples call it quits in March and April than any other time of year.
So sad.
I know. Experts say you can actually kind of blame the sunshine and fresh air as we shake off the winter's chill and like cozy Netflix nights. People are like, whoa. Do we still fit in the warm weather? It's like an emotional spring cleaning, out with the old, in with the new. But I mean, just because it's spring, it doesn't necessarily mean your relationship is over. If it's strong and healthy, obviously you're going to be fine. But just like I said, just do a well check. Where are we at?
I can see that because it's like beautiful outside. You're like, look at all this life I could live, and you're in this toxic relationship. Boy, bye.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly. So I don't know a whole lot about Fortnite, but I saw this and I thought it's absolutely hilarious. So Sabrina Carpenter, she's actually headlining the Fortnite Festival Season 8. And so because of that, there's all these Sabrina Carpenter skins. Mm-hmm. But it's causing absolute chaos on the game because Fortnite players are breaking the rules by refusing to shoot opponents in Sabrina Carpenter skins. And apparently, like when this usually happens, you could get like banned from the game. Sometimes it's only for 3 days, but if you do it a lot, you could get banned permanently. But there's this new feature where it's like people are banding together. It's the emote together feature, and it's allowing for this to happen.
They're like, keep Sabrina safe out here.
I know. I thought that was so funny. I was like, well, people really respect and love Sabrina Carpenter. They don't even want to kill her in a video game. Oh, okay. And last but not least, I love this, but there was a 9-year-old who missed the bus in Kansas and decided to take matters into his own hands. He took his parents' pickup truck, started driving it to school.
Wow, that kid's going to be just fine in life. Get it done.
But the cops spotted this little kid driving a truck into the elementary school and ended up investigating, found out what happened. He wasn't actually cited. The cops saying, look, he's already in a lot of trouble with his parents. We're going to let his parents take care of this one. But I thought the same thing, Rich. Like a 9-year-old, he's like, I missed the bus. I got to get to school somehow.
There's
Very
the hustle.
resourceful.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's 3 things you need to know.
We're going to get into horoscopes, but first, there's like regular people that call into horoscopes, right? Like, like Shanae, like that guy Mike the Virgo's new. November. That's what I'm getting at. November. I haven't heard from her in a while. And her name, November's first name is November, right? There's a woman going viral right now on social media because her name is November.
That's why she's going viral?
Yeah.
Well, because it's November, June.
Yeah.
Is her name, but she wasn't born in November or June.
Right, which is like November. She wasn't born in November.
Yeah, no.
So this is her acting out how people constantly ask about her name being November.
Your real name is November. Yes. Were you born in November? No. I mean, I've met in April before, but that's really cool that that's your name. My mom, her name is April. Oh, so it's like a thing. Next, you're going to tell me you've got like a June or a January. My middle. June is also my grandma's name, and it's my middle name. And I'm going to guess that neither of them were born in those months. It's just a thing. I mean, April and June are pretty common. It's not like you have a December in the family or something, right? My sister's middle name may or may not be December. And she wasn't born in December, right? Absolutely not. You act like I had a choice in any of this.
Me, it's like we have a listener named November.
Yeah.
Like, we should have
Ahead of the curve.
we could all the times we've been around her, we could have made something go viral with her. We dropped the ball on that one, you guys. What's the vibe for horoscope today, Peyton?
We're going to talk about what everyone thinks you're like versus how you actually are based on your zodiac sign.
Shanae, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Everybody thinks I'm mean, but I am so not. So let's see what you got, baby.
I mean, you're pretty spot on, Shanae. You always get called two-faced or messy, like you're the villain in some reality show. But if we're being real, you're just complicated. You adapt to different people, and yeah, you might talk fast and flirt with everyone, but that doesn't mean that you guys are fake. You're funny, you're curious, and you're smart, and you guys keep things interesting. Honestly, people wish they had a Gemini's range.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Own all that. That's good.
Hey, I think it's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm well-rounded.
You are.
All right, Shanae.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Have a good
Shanae.
one.
Bye. Hi, Julie. What's your sign?
I am a Capricorn.
Okay, Capricorns. People swear you're cold and only care about yourself and your career, but you're secretly one of the most sentimental signs in the zodiac. You don't show emotion easily, but you do feel it deeply. You're responsible, but you also throw the best parties and get-togethers because if you're going to have fun, it better be high-quality fun.
Oh, I love that. That sounds great.
Good.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Hi.
What's up, Mike?
Good morning. I'm rolling with you, John Jay. Let's see what she has for Virgos today.
Virgos, people think you guys are nitpicky and a little judgy, but it's not because you're mean. It's because you genuinely remember everything and you have very high standards. You don't forget what people said at like 2:47 p.m. 3 Thursdays ago because you guys pay attention. You're not cold. You're just constantly processing, fixing, organizing, and trying to keep the entire group chat alive.
And the brain is always working. The brain's always working.
Yeah, like I think
Got
that
it.
there's people that like don't like me in this building, and I don't think I ever did anything mean to them. I just remember what they said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember?
Oh, yeah, you definitely remember. More than 3 weeks ago. John Jay could go back 18 years.
Right.
You guys have a blessed day. Thank you, guys.
See you, Mike. Hello, Jan. Jan.
Hey, I am a Kyle. Let's see what you got for Libras.
Yes, and Kyle is a Libra, and so are you, John. Okay, Libras. People think you're flirty and indecisive, just floating around like the little social butterfly that you are, but you're a lot deeper than that. You want peace and beauty and connection with the people around you, so you're really charming, but that might come off as fake, but that's not the case. You care about people's feelings, and that's a strength for you guys. You're not avoiding conflict. You're just trying not to ruin the vibe for the most part.
Yeah, you got the indecisive part very well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just want everyone to get along.
Yeah.
All right.
Good time.
Thanks, John.
Bye, John.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
If we didn't get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjandrich.com. Right now, stacks and hacks. I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A study has found that background music at work can tank employees' moods and productivity. Employers can benefit by allowing workers to pick their own music or by creating quiet zones. Someone asked, what is one type you would never date again? And the top responses are people who are always miserable, people who are emotionally unavailable, and loud bar talkers.
Oh, interesting.
In fact, also on the list is like somebody said, anyone named Jason?
I was like, how specific are we getting? Because I would never date someone whose dad was a psychiatrist ever again.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine that would be really
Oh,
bad.
it was awful. Stop trying to diagnose me.
That happened? You dated someone whose dad was a psychiatrist?
Yeah, and he would try to tell me about my life and my problems, and I would be like, you are way more messed up than I am, dude.
I didn't know that about you.
Never
That's interesting.
again.
Was anything, even though you were offended, was any of it right?
Of course not.
Okay, good.
You know what's funny? When I think back to the people that I've dated, I don't know what their parents did for a living.
Oh, he was like, my dad's a psychiatrist, so I know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Like, he was the worst.
A man in Georgia called 911. This is a crazy story. His wife saw someone snooping around their house. And in the middle of a call, he calls down. He's not home. She calls him. He calls 911. And in the middle of a call, the 911 operator starts ordering him a griddle from McDonald's. And so here's This is the guy talking about his 911 call and part of the actual call from 911.
My wife called me while I was at work at about 9:30 and said someone was snooping around the house, knocking on the doors, banging on the windows and stuff. I was panicking because, my wife is home alone with my 5-month-old daughter. And I was, coming home not knowing what I was going to come home to.
Big Riddle? Sorry, what?
That should never happen. Your ordering breakfast should be different from your answering a call, and the two should never intertwine.
Isn't that nuts?
I would be like, this is an emergency. I don't think your McGriddle is necessarily an emergency.
I don't know. McGriddles are pretty good.
I would have been like,
handle this first, maybe,
I think you might have a knife. Can I also get a McGriddle? They're saying this could be the last straw for driverless taxis. On Monday, a Waymo self-driving taxi glitched out and caused a major backup at a Chick-fil-A. People were annoyed, but no one was hurt. I saw the other day, first time I've seen this, and I don't know if it's a relative of the Waymo, part of the Waymo, but it was a minivan, a Waymo minivan.
Oh, I haven't seen those yet.
I don't know. I don't know if it's Waymo, but the best way, it's kind of like Kleenex now, right?
Right.
Like it's a Waymo. So it was yellow, and it was really cool looking. I'm a big fan of Waymo right now, man. I'm telling you. Experts are warning, do not reveal too much to ChatGPT in case it ever gets hacked. Things you shouldn't share include passwords, bank info, embarrassing secrets, and stuff that could be used to steal your identity. Real quick, a popular gamer named Rachel Hofstetter, she had a 30-second cameo in Minecraft, and they said they cut her out because she spoke out about Jason Momoa's bad behavior.
Oh, yeah.
What do you get for life hacks, Rich?
Coffee's kind of a new thing for you, right?
Yeah, new.
You're new to the coffee world.
I'm nude to the coffee world.
Peyton, do you drink coffee in the afternoon at all?
Sometimes. It depends what I have going on.
Like,
But
will you
sometimes.
nap and wake up and take a coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a couple of things that we can do better when we drink our coffee, according to coffee experts. So if you're going to take a nap, they say 20-minute nap, but drink your coffee right before you lay down because it takes about 20 minutes for the caffeine to kick in.
I've done that. It works.
And you don't want to take longer than a 20-minute nap in the afternoon because then you're going to wake up kind of groggy, but that'll provide you the kick. Okay. So if you're going off to practice or something like that. Now, I can't do that because I'd be hyper for the rest of the night. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, that's usually when I do go get coffee is when I'm heading to the basketball gym to coach. But I'll have to try that out, Rich.
And
Thank
then
you.
try this. Do you do creamer at all or straight up?
I do.
I see you have a stir stick.
I do.
So
yeah.
here's the hack. Next time, put your creamer in first. Then when you pour the coffee in, it already mixes it. You don't have to use a spoon or a stick or anything like that.
Look at that.
So that is the easiest money-saving, easy-to-remember hack. But if you want to look them up, they're all available at johnjanerich.com.
This Sunday, 10 a.m., we drop our third couples podcast. It's going to be my wife, Blake, and I. We're going to tape it today. So if you have any questions for Blake and I, you can text us right now on the number I just gave you. Peyton, you're going to put up something on social media later today, right?
Yeah, it's already up on Facebook and on the questions tab on our Instagram story.
So we'll just sit here and her and I will just go over the questions, and I'm hoping they're all for her. So you can do that, or you can text JJR and whatever your question is for me and Blake to 96893, and we'll drop it on Sunday, 10 a.m. Rich and his wife Stacy were the first ones, and I'm hoping, you know how there's that, what do they call that, like the Superman curse, like people are in the Superman movie and all these bad things have happened to them?
Yeah.
I'm hoping we don't have the couples curse, where now we started doing these couples podcasts and then relationships are falling apart, right? Because what happened with you, Rich?
Stacey was pretty aggressive yesterday on my personality. So we had to go to the bank together to get something notarized, to get some paper signed. So we're driving there, and I am in the best mood. The birds are chirping. It's kind of warm outside. I'm thinking, hey, it might be a pool weekend. I'm talking about Easter. I'm talking about my daughter coming back from New York. And she said, well, you're awful chatty this afternoon. I said, oh, I'm just kind of like, we're catching up because we haven't got a chance to hang out. She's like, listen, do you need to do anything else inside this bank besides get anything signed, the notary thing? And I'm like, no, I don't need anything. We can kind of go in and go out. She's like, exactly. Here's what I don't want from you, is what she says, and I'm quoting. Normally, you like to chat up all the employees and hang around and be all, how's your life? How's your life? I don't want the rich bear hanging out in the hall, visiting all the cubicles in the bank. I just want us to go in there, not talk to anybody, get our things signed, and be in and out. And she looks over from the passenger seat. She's like, you understand this without being offended, right? don't be offended by what I just said. I'm like, no, I'm not offended. In fact, I said, I'm sorry to disturb your ride for the next 2 minutes. I'm just going to let you chill in silence. I'm going to think about my initiative. She's like, oh, no, you're offended. I hurt your feelings. I'm like, it's the way I am. I talk to people. I go, and by the way, I can't help it if people talk to me. What am I going to do? Be rude? People say hello. I'm going to talk back. So we get inside the bank, and we're waiting for the notary, and the notary walks out. His name is Skyler, and he's like, oh, my gosh, I'm such a huge fan of your show, John. He said, I've even called in before. And I'm like, you've called into our show? And he's like, yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I stayed at home with my son for 10 years, and now I've gone back to work. And I'm like, well, tell me about your family. So he starts, I look at Stacy. I know she's pissed right away.
She's fuming because she literally just said, don't do that.
So I decide I'm going to be a little brat and turn it up a little bit. So I hold court with the guy for a few minutes, and we go to sign things. And then some of the other employees start coming by the cubicle that I know. My friend Hoda comes by. I'm like, Hoda, what's happening? She's like, I just got back from Florida. I'm like, what were you doing in Florida? I got an award. An award for this bank? Tell me all about it. We could have been out of there so fast, but because she put the gauntlet down, I kind of went into stall mode.
I think you would have done that anyway.
How was that car ride home for you?
She was laughing.
Okay.
She thought it was pretty
It's
funny.
interesting. A guy named Skyler, that's very unique.
Yeah.
I don't remember any guy, but I mean, I know a girl's named Skyler. And then it's somebody named Hoda. I only heard the Hoda from the TV show.
That's why their names are very easy to remember.
Right.
Yeah. And there's another lady
And also,
there,
what happened? So after 10 years, he just left the 10-year-old at home by himself now? He's like,
I think that he got the job offer to come back into the banking world, so him and the spouse decided to switch roles, and then the other one stayed home
now,
for a while.
as far as your wife goes, I completely understand her. You talk to everyone. Even just yesterday, we were like doing stuff, and I see you down in the hall talking to somebody that I just say, like, I have relationships with people in the hallway, but they're just as I'm going to the bathroom. I don't stop and talk. And you're like talking to what's his face down there, and
I stop and I got to listen to the story.
I yelled something, and I went in the bathroom, and then I came back out, and I was like, I don't know how you do that.
I even said, I go, John Jay accuses me of the Rich Barrel follow-up question that takes too long.
Oh, yeah,
because I ask a question, and then people answer it because you're peering into their world. But I can't change who I am.
That's
you
true.
know who you married.
That's
you know
true.
I'm going to chat up the people. And I enjoy that. I like it. She does not.
Don't you change.
Anyway, so she did laugh about it on the way home, but on the way there, it was pretty icy. Icy delivery. Felt pretty attacked there.
So, is that the beginning of the relationship falling apart because of the couples podcast? We got to see now what happens to Peyton and Kadeem next week because they did the second podcast. Blake and I are doing it today. You know,
you might just find yourself in a meltdown.
Blake and I got into this massive fight the other day. It's so weird because we've been together a long time and had maybe 3 fights, and the one we had a month or so ago, with the one where I wanted to leave the Suns game early, was so massive. That was the biggest fight we ever had. But then we had we have even one bigger. And I, honest to God, try to step out of the situation. I feel like I'm right.
You always feel like you're right.
And I think that if I didn't say names and I just told a story and person A and person B, and I was person A, I think people would go person A is right.
You know,
I honestly do.
What if we got like an actual counselor and you explain to the counselor like a couple's counselor?
Because I do all that in real life too. I don't want to go.
Because I've done that with the big dry cleaning fight that we had, and the counselor laughed at me hysterically, like, "You literally did everything wrong." When I presented my fight.
Oh, part of me wants to bring it up on the couples podcast tonight and then kind of see where people go. But I do think that no matter what, a lot of people are going to be anti-me just because it's me. You know what I mean? And everyone loves her.
Do you feel like when you bring it up, it's going to restart the fight, or did you have closure to the fight?
I think we had closure to the fight. I think that she could look back now and look differently at it and maybe see things through my point of view.
What about you? Can you see things through her point of view?
100% see things through her point of view.
Well, that's different. That's good.
Yeah. But her point of view is incorrect.
Oh, my goodness. You're ridiculous. You are impossible.
See, Peyton's already not on your side.
Yeah,
It's like a thin line. It's like a thin line, but and you know, it might be a Virgo thing. It might be, for me, it might be a Virgo thing. It might be a firstborn thing. It also might be a little bit of the spectrum thing. The 3 things.
Could it be a guy-girl thing, too? That guys see things differently than girls,
It could be.
Because a lot of it comes down to guys are very, cut and dry, and And, we just want to get to the fix,
And also trying to be efficient.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be efficient a certain way.
Yeah.
And, and maybe I didn't take feelings into consideration.
Right, sometimes you have to be tender. I feel like with men, sometimes when they get to a point, it's you're so, it's so blunt. And it's we're emotional. You have to be soft with us sometimes.
You just nailed the whole thing right there. That's it in a nutshell. That's the fight right there in a nutshell.
Yeah, you gotta be tender.
Well, then you probably weren't right.
But also, that's where it gets to men and women are so different.
That's exactly. I think most couples, have fights over the fact that we're different, and it's always about the little stuff. I mean, if you had to deal with something really big, you'd probably come together just fine. But it's the little stuff that I know that's what we go toe-to-toe on all the time. It's the stupid stuff.
We're taping it this afternoon, her and I, so I'll have to test the vibe, see if I'm grumpy or not. Because I got no sleep last night.
Yeah, you're going to be grumpy.
Yeah. The Suns lost last night. Suns are not in the playoffs. And Robbie Tripp, who the last 4 years has written songs with me, for the Suns. Remember how, Suns before? He just made a big old sad post.
Well,
first time in 4 years I won't be writing a song.
Why not?
Because
right about that.
He should do the redemption.
Suns are out.
It's John J. Rich. Kiss FM. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Before we get to all the stuff you buy online, TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, because we are going to get into that. The text line, you text JJR and whatever's on your mind to number 96893. And I was Blake and I are doing the couples podcast today. And I was saying I might get into this fight, but I said, remember how I was I don't know if it's a me thing, if it's a her thing. And I just got a text from a 623 number. It says, I think it's a Virgo thing. I'm a Virgo and I'm with you, Jaje. When me and my wife fight, she can never see my point of view. I can always see hers, but it's just wrong. Our couples therapist agrees with me usually 90% of the time.
Ooh.
Rich, another text from a 208 number. Rich, toxic. She set a boundary you completely disregarded it, disappointed in you, LOL. It's not like she asks you this every single place you go.
I love the LOL thrown in there. It softens the blow.
It totally did. I was like, she's pretty serious about that, but LOL.
John J. Rich, hey, I was listening to the podcast from Tuesday. You're all talking about different strands of the good. Just remember, indica means in the couch. Much love from Casey in Texas. Marijuana humor. It makes sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. John J. Rich, John J., when will you no longer say you're new to the coffee world? I feel like you've been talking about it for a long time now.
Never.
He says he's new to the fish world, too, because of sushi.
Okay. Hey, Maddie, good morning.
Good morning.
You sent us a text, right?
I sure did. So I want to start off by saying that I feel like every time you guys bring up a topic, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can relate to this. Oh my gosh, I can relate to this. But this was too spot on. So Kyle had been talking about that she was nervous to bring up her husband wanting to shave her to shave his back. And I just had the same experience for the first time. My husband over the weekend was comes out of our bathroom holding razors, holding an electric razor, and he's all nervous, and he's like, I have a big favor to ask. And I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, do you think that you could shave my neck and my back? And we've been married for 13 years, and never has he ever asked
me.
And I'm
wow.
like, oh, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I was a little nervous because I don't think I've ever used an electric razor on anything. And so he takes me into the backyard, and I'm gently shaving his neck. I'm like, is this okay? Does it hurt? And he's like, no. You literally cannot cut me with the razor that you're using. So I got real into it, and I had the best time.
Sometimes it's pretty satisfying.
It was so satisfying. So I did his neck, and then I'm like, oh, I see you're still on your back. Do you want me to go down and get your back? He's like, oh, that'd be great. And so I did it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, David, I don't think I've ever seen your skin look so beautiful. And I'm like, can I take a picture for you? I think I did a really great job. So I took a picture and showed him, and he's like, wow, you do better than my hairdresser does. And I was like, you can ask me anytime. This is great.
I feel this is another level of popping your man's pimples off their face.
I was just going to say that. It has the same sort of satisfaction attached to it.
Yeah, but guys want this.
So,
They don't want you to pop their pimples. That's great, Maddie. Thank you. By the way, on the Kyle's post yesterday, we posted the video of Kyle telling the story, and she's like, I'm not allowed to bring this up. Finally got permission to bring this up. And you read your husband's post. He goes, I hope this doesn't come up on the radio.
Gee, I'm sure glad nobody's going to hear this or ever see it online.
Well, it's relatable. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, bye-bye. So we wanted to get into, like, what did you buy online because of an Instagram post? Because that's what he bought, that back razor or whatever, too, right? Clive, what did you buy?
I bought the SP6 whitening toothpaste.
Ooh, and you saw that on TikTok?
I saw it on TikTok, man. Let me tell you, because I've been, trying to, obviously whiten the teeth, man, and I didn't want to go into the dentist's office and do the whitening because I noticed that those trays only whiten like the first front 6 teeth, bottom, top, and front. So I saw this whitening toothpaste. Let me give it a shot. It was kind of expensive, like $40-something, $40-something. Let me tell you, man, this stuff works, man. I mean, the first time I used it, I filled the whole toothbrush, and it was just studs for days. I don't even know how to explain it. You know how, like, on those videos where the guy's out washing his hair, and then there's somebody behind the wall, and they're pouring more shampoo?
Yeah.
So that first time I'm brushing my teeth, and all these suds, they just keep coming. I'm like, my goodness, what is going on? I was using too much. I went and read some of the reviews, and they're like, man, just use 1/8 of the toothpaste on your toothbrush and just watch out. And this stuff works, man.
I can hear it. I can hear the white smile on your teeth.
Glistening.
Yeah, wow. So what's it called? SJ5? What is it?
It's called SP6 by Dr. Wiki or something like that, man. Miss Dr. Wiki. But this stuff really works. It's probably like $1,000 now with the terrorists and stuff like that.
And have you checked with your dentist to make sure it's like not like stripping away anything important that you need?
You know what? I'm going to have to go and check that out, man. But, like, overall, my oral health is, like, way better, dude. Way better.
Wow, insane. That's great.
Wait, you said SP6?
Yeah, SP-6.
You get it at Walmart for $10.99.
Oh, wow. TikTok's
Clive.
I got you back, Clive. Actually, there's one now for, $10.99, $9.18.
He got TikTok jacked.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Something, man. TikTok, man, it comes too quick. So now I can go to Walmart and get this and not worry about the tariffs and everything.
Oh, no, there's one for $2.49 at Walmart. What?
No,
that one only whitens one tooth.
It's teeth yellowing at Walmart.
Thanks, Clive. Thanks, dude. Hey, you know what I just thought was funny is if we made an ad of Kyle and that back scratcher or the back shaver, like you just said, well, you hold a picture and you're like, Kyle's got your back all the time. Like you said, I got your back. I'm Kyle. I got your back. Vetty, good morning. What'd you get online or TikTok or Instagram?
Good morning. I bought shoes on TikTok, and I was really hesitant to buy them because I work in a hospital, so I'm on my feet for 12 to 13 hours a day. And I live on the Brooks. I live on Hoka's. I live on the thick shoes. And I went for it and bought the Dream Pairs Nordiv 8s off of TikTok, and I have not looked back since. I bought like 4 or 5 pairs, and now I sell them on my TikTok shop.
Are you looking them up right now, Kyle?
What, Dream
What
Pairs?
are they called?
They're Dream. You can find them under my page, Imperfect Parents. But yes, they're Dream
they're like
Pairs.
tennis shoes.
Yes, and they're so freaking comfortable.
They look like
The thickness
Hoka's.
of them-
Yeah, they do.
They look exactly like Hoka.
So they are like identical to them. They just don't have the brand name. And let me tell you, I've already bought like 4 or 5 pairs of them, and then I got my husband hooked on them, and we'll never go back. Like we will never pay the expensive amount that we were paying before, because I used to just buy shoes all the time. I mean, I'm always on my feet.
Oh, wow.
And now I can buy 4 or 5 pairs of these for the amount that I would pay for one pair of Hoka.
under
They're like
30
$30.
bucks.
Okay. Give me.
Yeah,
you got
they're
your TikTok shop? Is that what you said? What is it? I'll look you up. I'll buy some through you. What is it?
We're on the Imperfect Parents, and it's like a little cartoon icon.
And so are you telling me, you know how it's one of those things where like it's the exact same shoe as Hoka,
I swear
but it's
to
not
God,
a Hoka.
they are like the exact same shoe, but they're not Hoka. And I'm actually wearing them right now. I'm obsessed with them. I can't stop wearing them. My husband's wearing his right now. We have 2 different pairs of them. One are like the On Clouds, and then the other ones are like Hoka's. But I'm obsessed. I have every color.
I'm on it, but how do I find the link to buy the? You got like 14,000 followers. Imperfect Parents. Is that you?
Yes, that's us.
So tell me how to
if
buy
you
the
just-
shoes.
You have to go onto the shop, our link shop. Let me get into it.
I don't see. I
Tell you
see
which one.
I can help you
Instagram.
with
It's
it.
okay.
What?
I can help you with it.
John Jay needs Peyton
It'll
right
be.
now.
Yeah. I'm like,
All right.
we're too far away
I'm
from
gonna
each
follow
other
you,
for
and I'm gonna
me,
buy. I'm gonna
but-
buy shoes through you. Okay, I'll buy. I want the kind for high arches, like
Thank
the
you
yoke.
guys for the follow and for buying them. My husband and I appreciate it.
The
and I
Hokas
swear
have a
you're
brand
not-
called Guyota, I think, and they're for high arches. So let me know what those are. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank-
and if you have wide feet too, because I have wide feet, these are amazing because
Okay.
I have those wide feet, so I wear them all the freaking time. They're so comfortable.
Thank you very much. Kiss FM, John J. and Rich getting some entertainment news. I saw the Bieber clip.
I know. You know, it's really sad. He's at Coachella with some friends and was going to a coffee shop with some of his friends. And man, paparazzi knows Justin Bieber is out and about. People are concerned about him. They're going to be following him. That's just par for the course. But he did not like it this time.
Get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money. All you care about, guys, is money. You don't care about people. Only money. No people. You don't care about human beings. Go.
Do you know what's really sad to me is the whole Justin Bieber situation is giving me Britney Spears right
Really?
now. Like,
For sure.
Like that level of crash
the
out?
way
Past
people are like,
trauma.
oh, look at him. He's down and out. Let's hound him to find out what's going on. Just leave him alone and let him deal with his demons.
Like we want to
okay.
track the spiral, which is kind of
yeah,
sad.
yeah.
So you think more so of like the negativity that the media is bringing to him is causing this, or are you comparing the Britney crash out to a potential Justin crash out?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Honestly, a little bit of both because it's like we know, or we don't know because we don't know what's going on in his life, but it seems like he's spiraling and he's someone who has been through it, was a child in the industry. Britney Spears, same sort of thing. And so I don't know. I feel like we got to leave him alone. Leave him alone. Let him deal. Let him live his life.
Timothy Chalamet, you said you had something on him, right?
Yeah, so Kylie Jenner got a little upset that Gwyneth Paltrow talked about her on-screen chemistry with Timothy Chalamet. And so, allegedly, she has banned Timothy from doing any sex scenes in his further movies because it made her so uncomfortable and jealous. And she's like, look, Timothy has no problem being intimate in movies, but Kylie doesn't like it, so we'll see what happens, whether or not he will have those scenes
This is the
moving
ping pong
forward.
movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a serious
It's
movie
the
about
Marty
ping pong.
Supreme is what it's called. It's a sports drama where he plays the ping pong prodigy and has an affair with his rival's wife.
Wow.
There's a lot, apparently, a lot of sex scenes in the movie.
That's what I was going to say. I have two feelings about this. Like, it also doesn't help that Gwyneth Paltrow has also been going on talking about how many sex scenes there are and how amazing this is. I can understand why Kylie would be feeling some type of way.
And
but
there wasn't
also,
an intimacy coordinator on the set, right? She's like, we don't do that. We
knows?
just jump in bed and get naked, is what she's saying.
I don't know, but like also though, Kylie, like you're literally dating a movie star, one of the biggest movie stars. Like you can't tell him to not do that. I feel like that's
listen,
lame.
you guys, sometimes we get caught up in this and don't realize what's happening. How would we know that Kylie said that? We know that because they put it out for us to get to. They're
Right.
saying that so that we watch the movie.
Totally.
They're
It's
talking about
definitely a
the
promotion
movie.
for the movie.
Right.
But you can also go, if that were my boyfriend and someone else was going, oh my gosh, our sex scenes are so amazing. While you know they're not actually doing it on the film. Like they're,
but also-
they're in compromising intimate
No,
positions
what
for
I'm
sure.
saying is that Gwyneth Paltrow and Kylie and Timothy and the marketing team probably sat around and said, here's how we want to lay this out.
And Chris was probably a part of it too.
Right.
Totally.
Right, but I mean-
totally. But that does not negate the fact that you could relate if she really felt that way.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make you look at it like it's not a profession. Like that's his profession. He probably, there's no emotion. It's like, I have to kiss her. I have to roll around with her. That's my job. And Kylie knows that. But for us, the marketing team is laying it out. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God. Ooh,
it's
because-
steamy. We
because
gotta
when's the
see.
movie-
How
when's the movie
steamy
come
did
out?
they get?
When's the movie come out? 6 months from now, probably? 5 months? 4 months? Do we know?
I don't
It's
have
just
the exact
hype
date
for
right
the
in front of me.
movie.
I could look it up.
It's hype for when the movie comes out. All of it. All of it. We're falling for it. We're just sheep, you guys.
No, I love to fall for this kind of stuff because it seems so real. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I feel like the Kardashians do best.
What about Ed Sheeran? Because he's at Coachella this weekend, right?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. By the way, that movie comes out December 25th. So
See?
just in time for Christmas. Real Stevie movie. Ed Sheeran was on the Call Her Daddy podcast and revealed a whole bunch of things. One of which is a question that he's been asked quite often of whether or not he'd actually do the Super Bowl
There was a conversation about 10 years ago to go on with someone, and I think that would be the only way that I would do it at the moment. I don't think, I've had this conversation before, I don't think English artists are like, I mean, there are some that have the pizzazz of Super Bowl, fireworks, dances, blah, 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 but me going up there and being like, here's the A-team, that is perfect. I just, like, no one wants to see that.
I kind of love how Ed Sheeran, like, knows what he is.
Self-aware.
Like, he's like, it just doesn't fit the brand. Like, people would be disappointed no matter what. They'd be like, I mean, Ed Sheeran's really talented, but, like, you want more fireworks in a Super Bowl halftime. He knows.
Here comes Ed Sheeran, Super Bowl halftime. He'd be like,
hello.
but he sells out arenas. He does a hell of a show, but I'm just not very. You know what's funny is that, you see, Kanye also said why he's not going to, they wouldn't want him to be Super Bowl. He goes, 3 reasons. One was because I said George Bush doesn't like black people, because of my support for MAGA, and there was one other.
Taylor Swift situation.
The Taylor Swift situation. And I'm like, there's probably about another 10 things, not just those 3 things.
Maybe 20 things at this point. He just doesn't stop,
But Ed Sheeran, dead on.
Yeah.
100%. He's at Coachella. Who else at Coachella?
Do you guys see Frank Ocean? There was the Frank Ocean stuff going on. So Frank Ocean, I think it was like, it wasn't last Coachella, but it was the year before that, and he had headlined, and people were so disappointed in his performance. He ended up canceling the second week of his Coachella set, and apparently he's hinting at this comeback because there's this mysterious like Instagram account, and there's a billboard like going on to Coachella, and everyone thinks it's Frank Ocean, and he's
that could be
like
cool.
That'd be cool. So like headliners are Gaga, Green Day, Travis Scott, Post Malone, Missy Elliott, Benson Boone, Charlie XCX, T-Pain, Megan Thee Stallion, Shabuzi. There's a lot. It's a big lineup. Yeah, actually, if you're not going, you can actually stream it live this year, and they actually have a special Coachella app that you can watch it on.
Or YouTube does it live too.